Good. This is my first video I've done in a while that's been live, but it's Wednesday. Just getting over 2 snowstorms. But God is good. God is good. And just saying that, if you're alive today, give God the praise. Tell God you love him. Thank you for your blessings, your family, your friends, whatever it may be. Because we living in some crazy times right now. Every day when you look at the news, it's something different. Somebody doing that. And nobody wants to take accountability for it. As I sit here and look at stuff that's going on with the protests in the streets of Minnesota, I believe it is, and how 2 people there have tragically lost their lives because of ice. And you have people in charge of this country that don't think there's something wrong with that, with people just being murdered on the streets for having their right to protest because of the illegal stuff that's going on. We have to ask ourselves, what are we turning into? I know I'm gonna depend on God and take God wherever I go, whatever I do, because that's me. But some of the stuff that this administration is doing is crazy. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. Killing people for protesting. Making people leave a country because of the color of their skin. Simply because they come from another country and you don't like them. When does it stop? Everybody has a right to be here. If you're here legally, you have that right to be here. If you come across the border legally, you have that right to be here. If you ask for asylum like the Constitution says, you have the right to be here. You have the right to be here in this country if you're going through the right channels. But if you're not here legally and you still have that right to have your day in court and to defend yourself, you have that ability to do that in there. You have that right to do that, to be there, have your time in court to dispute your case. They shouldn't be rounding up people and just taking them to God knows where, and you don't know where it's from. And then when people try to get answers, people are getting blocked from getting answers. I feel like we're living in a time now that's dangerous. That's very, very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Because it's no different. They're rounding up illegal immigrants, law-abiding citizens. That's just another form of slavery. Just another form of slavery. Just another form of slavery. That's all it is. And if you don't think it can't happen to you, it can. But it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to start praying. No man is gonna get us out of this situation. And as much as these Trump people want to look to him like he's some kind of saving grace, Trump's not a saving grace. Trump's not a saving grace. Trump is a man like we all are. He's gonna have to answer for all his sins. And best to believe he got a whole lot of them. We don't have to sit here and point fingers. We can just name some of the stuff that he's done. Trying to cover up. And when you think about the Epstein files, they need to release it. Why don't they think about the victims? Why don't they think about all the kids that were harmed in this on that island? Why don't they think about that? And they always say, if you don't have anything to hide, Why you speaking out against it publicly? Why you get so offended by it? Because you know it's something there. You know it's something there. But like I say, you gotta take it to God. You gotta take it to Jesus. We have to pray about this situation. We have to pray that somebody has common sense to say enough is enough. We have to get enough people that's tired of what's going on. Because you got a person that's sitting somewhere thinking that he's better. Hello, good morning, how you doing? Because you got a person somewhere that think he's high and mighty above the law when he's not. It's only one person that I know of that's above the law, is the law, the truth, the way, and the light. And that's Jesus Christ himself. That's Jesus Christ himself. Can't no man come out here. Can't no man come out here and tell me that he was appointed by God to be president of the United States. No man can do that. Because if it's truly that way, some of this stuff would not be going on right now. Some of this stuff would not be going on. You wouldn't have people in the streets protesting and protesting back against certain things. And then their rights being violated by a group because they don't like, because they out there protesting them. They have a right to protest in this country. They have that right. They had that right to protest. They had that right. They had that right to protest. They had that right. Can't nobody tell them they can't be out there in the street protesting. But just because you don't like the narrative, you want to stop people from doing what they do. You want to send a group of people out in the, you want to send a group of lawless people in the streets to carry out your orders like you're a god or something. That's not how America works. That's not how America works. It's not how America works at all. We're a country of laws. We're a country of laws. And I'm sorry if this topic about what I normally talk about, but it's back into there. Where's humanity at? We serve a loving God in this country. We serve a loving God. But the things that are going on, it's not godly at all. It's not godly at all. It's not godly at all. And then it's a big sporting event coming up this weekend. It don't take a whole lot of people to know what's going on this weekend. But since when there's an artist that has a right that's over here freely, just because you don't like him because he's Puerto Rican or whatever nationality is, you don't like him. You don't like him because he's that. Because he's that. Come on. We got to do better. We got to do better. This is Black History Month. And it makes me think about some of the things that are going on against black and brown people, the immigrants and stuff. Same stuff that Martin Luther King fought for. No man should be judged by the color of his skin. Should no man be judged by the color of his skin. Should not be judged by the color of his skin. Should not be. Should not be. And everybody know these Epstein files. Everybody know that Trump's in them files. Everybody know he's in them files. He even knows that. That's why he don't want them released. Talking about it's a hoax and this, that, and it's no hoax. If you ain't got nothing to hide, release them then. Release the files then. But you're guilty, so you can't. Nobody up there. Everybody, everything that I've been observing since last year when he became president, how he's trying to take all the black laws back, everything that got to do with civil rights. He's trying to take all that stuff back. He's trying to take all that back. He's trying to take all of that back. Talking about DI disadvantage the white man. It's not. It wasn't created for that. It wasn't created for y'all. It wasn't created for y'all. The civil rights movement was done because black and brown people's rights were being violated. Being violated. We were the ones out there being beat in the streets just for the right to vote and stuff like that. But now, all of a sudden, because we got a different president and he don't see it that way, it's not right. It's not right at all. So we have to take the time out. We have to take the time out. Take a step back and evaluate everything. Evaluate everything. I want you to evaluate everything because it's not going to get no better. It's not going to get no better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. The more they let this man get away with, it's going to get worse. And it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. It's bad when you think about it. People that got young kids now, when they send them to school, what's going to happen? Are they going to have a safe day? Is ICE going to run up in the school trying to look for something and it just goes left? Even when they home, are they scared to be at home because might find out somebody might just run up in the house unlawfully? These are things that are happening. We have to pray as a nation that God comes in and God makes a sweeping change. God comes in and touches somebody's heart to the point to where they be like, you know what? This is not human. This is not human. This is not God-like, not Christ-like. But we know it's not gonna happen. We're fighting good and evil here. Which side you gonna stand on, the right side or the wrong side? The right side or the wrong side? And the only people that picking up is black and brown people. I ain't seen not one white person being deported. Not one. Not one. Talk about it. I ain't seen not one. Not one. Not one. The president and his henchmen. All of them. Every last one of them. Bondi, the press secretary. Noam, Stephen Miller, Hedgeworth, all of them. Criminals, crooks. All of them. Yeah, it's ice out here. Yes, it is. I'm on my way to work. On my way to work. But like I say, at the end of the day, we all pray to the same, well, I can't say we all pray to the same God because everybody don't believe in God. But we still have to pray for them anyway. We still have to pray for them anyway. Even though everybody don't believe like you do, we still have to pray for everybody. Love, love thy neighbor. Love your neighbor. Yeah, we got hit with the second storm too. Yeah, we got like 8 inches of snow out the second storm. Are you new to my channel? Jay, are you new to my channel? If so, please subscribe and share my live. Yeah, but like I say though, you have to that's right. That's right. You said that right. Well, please subscribe to my channel. This is the first time I've been live this year. First time I've been live in a while. Normally I'd be normally I'd be so busy going to work. I just had a little time this morning. So thought I'd just strike up a live and just talk about a few things that have been going on in the world. Because it's truly sad. But like Jay said, whatever God you believe in, pray for your neighbor. Pray for this country. Because it's going downhill fast. It's countries that you have to look at it. Some of our allies don't even want to deal with us no more because of who's the president of the United States right now. Because of the stuff he's doing, the stuff he's saying. In my whole lifetime, I don't care who the president been, Republican, Democrat, I never seen nothing like this. I might have had different views from other Republican presidents. I might not like what they did, but they never did anything to this extreme. They never tried to run the country their own way or try to do this, try to tell other countries what they need to do with their country. How you gonna take back something that ain't yours? Yeah, me neither, Jay. Me neither. We never had a president come in, but we're gonna go try to take Greenland. We're gonna try to buy Greenland. We're gonna rename the Gulf of Mexico. Is you crazy, dude? Is you crazy? This is some third world stuff. We're turning into Russia. We was headed in the right direction. Kamala Harris tried to warn everybody, but no, they didn't want to believe her. They didn't want to believe her. They want to talk about it would have been worse. No, it wouldn't have been worse. It wouldn't have been worse at all. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I told you to stop. I don't stop. Yeah, it's just crazy though. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And crazy times we live in. It's some crazy times we live in. Like I say, we're turning to a third world country. Some of the stuff he's doing. If you speak out against him, you speak out against the president, then his feelings get hurt. Your feelings wouldn't get hurt if people weren't telling the truth. If people were not telling the truth, your feelings wouldn't be hurt. But your feelings hurt. But what baffles me about these Epstein files, not one adult person, I'm not gonna say not one adult person, but nobody in that White House is concerned about the children that were named in this Epstein file. None of them. They don't care these children were abused or victimized. They don't care. Because if they care, they would release these files. Like they voted on, like the judge told them to release them. The humanity, they don't care. They want to say they care, but they don't. They don't. They don't. And people can say what they want about Biden and Harris, but it wasn't this much craziness going on when President Biden was when President Biden was president. You might not like them or disagree with him, but it wasn't like this. This country was not divided like this. This country was not divided like this. Yeah, they all running from you. You're right. You're right. They all running from me. And then you got the president sitting up there. Everybody that opposed him over the years, he trying to go after them now. He trying to go get them. He always look how he always mentioning Biden. They ain't want to mention the Clintons because they got the courage to go and speak to Congress about the Epstein files. But he won't go sit down with him. I guarantee you that. He won't. He won't do it. He won't go sit down with them people and talk to them. But yet they want to bash. He want to bash everybody that's had something against, that don't like him, that doesn't, that knows he's full of crap. It's bad when the president has passed away and the family don't even want you there. Which happened in the case of President, I think was it Bush dad that died? They didn't even want him there. Or you show up at a funeral and then the priest or the preacher, whoever would, talk about it needs to be love and compassion going on, and then you get mad and go out and bash the preacher because you don't like what the preacher said, because he's speaking facts. Every time that someone comes out and says something that he doesn't like, he got to go on Truth Social of his and say something about it. Let's talk about it though. Every time that someone, a black and brown person, comes out in the media and says something about this administration, him and J.D. Vance are getting their feelings and got to say something about it. They got to say something about it. They involved with it. They are involved with it. They are involved with it. They are. And just like, I know you heard of Jasmine Crockett, the senator in Texas. I support that young lady. I support that young black sister because she's doing something that most of them are too scared to do. Speak up against this administration because she don't care. She don't care. She speaks up against them, and she gets under their skin. That's why they have so much to say about her. That's why they have so much to say about her. But she be spot on though. She be spot on about this stuff. She be spot on about this stuff. She be spot on about this stuff. She be spot on about this stuff, about how lawless this president is, and they can't stand it. They cannot stand it. They cannot stand the fact that some of the stuff she said, because she be speaking facts and truth. And this is not her. There's some more people up there that's speaking out. The Republicans run everything. The Republicans run everything in Congress. They run everything. But yet they want to try to blame Democrats for this stuff when it ain't their fault. Y'all got the. I don't think it's been one law passed since they've been there. But elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. So, I don't know when, I think it's September, I forgot when the midterms are again. We need to get out and vote, everybody. Because only way stuff is gonna change if the Democrats take back the House and the Senate. I'm not necessarily say they need to impeach the president, but they need to rein him in. But some of the stuff he done already, he need to be impeached. He needs to be impeached because it's not godly. Some of the stuff he's doing is not right. He don't even go to the Senate before he do stuff when he's supposed to. But they're bombing people bombing ships in the ocean, and you don't even get Congress approval for it. Who does that? Any other president would be impeached. They'd be impeached so quick. They'd be gone real quick. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk. They do not want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that at all. They don't want to talk about that at all when they should be talking about that. When they should be talking about that, but they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that at all. But like I say, Jay, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. I'm probably going to post some stuff later today. But yeah, you're right. That's exactly right. We need to vote all the time, and not just the president. Like I say, Harris tried to warn us what was going to happen, and it's happening in full time. It's happening in full time. It's happening. He's stripping everything. He's stripping everything. Stripping everything. They just, like I say, they trying to erase black history for real. They trying to erase it. Because the president don't like it. They don't even want kids to learn about slavery no more. When it actually happened. Slavery. They know it happened. They know it happened. But they don't want to teach it. Because they don't want to be seen in a bad light. But we all know about our history. If you're black and brown. We know about our history. But I'm going to get out of here because I'm at the bus station now. But just remember, take God with you today. Pray for anybody. Anybody you know that needs prayer, pray for them. Do something nice for your neighbor today. But just remember, God loves you, and so do I. And Jay, please come back again. Keep your notifications on. Share my channel with your friends. If you know anybody, just share the channel with them. With that being said, have a blessed day. Have a blessed day, my brother.